Right, long tail cast on method. Let's have a look at this. The long tail cast on uses, as the name suggests, a big long tail of yarn to cast on all the stitches you'll need. So a good way to work out how much yarn to take off the ball to leave yourself enough to cast on is to work out how many stitches you can get out of, say, 12 inches of yarn. Or a foot of yarn. So I could get about between 10 and 12 stitches out of a foot of yarn. So if that is the same for you, you're going to need about 16 feet of yarn to do all your cast on. But do check it. Just measure out a foot of yarn and see how many stitches you can get. That's my advice. So long tail cast on, how do we do it? I'm keeping the tail end, I've just got a short end here just to demonstrate, keeping the tail end underneath or to the bottom of my needle, and the working yarn, which is attached to the ball, at the top there. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to just start with a slip knot and put that on my needle. Okay, I'm going to show you two ways of doing a long tail cast on. The first way I'm going to show you is slingshot. Now, what I'm going to do here is I've got both strands. You can see I've got the working yarn going across and up the top, as I've just said, and the tail of the yarn coming underneath. And I'm going to grab both of those with my 3 fingers of my left hand, and I'm going to put my thumb and my forefinger through to separate out the 2 strands, and I've got the tail end going over my thumb and I've got the working end going over my finger, and I've got a nice little saying to help you remember how to do this. So let's just start though. To start with, I'm just going to twist my hand to the left, and I'm going to take my needle and go under the yarn which is over my thumb, and then I'm going to go over the yarn which is over my finger and just bring my needle tip back through that loop. Use my thumb to just tighten that a bit, and we've got another stitch there on our needle. So let's do that again. Go under the yarn that's on my thumb, over the yarn that's on my finger, bring the needle tip through the loop and use my thumb to tighten up. So here comes that nice little saying: under the thumb, over the top. Okay, go through the loop and pull it. Under the thumb, over the top. Pull through the loop. Okay, so that's the slingshot method. If you're not too enamoured with that, you can let go and just do it in a bit more of a sort of knitting style. Let me show you what I mean. You're still going to need to perform a little bit of acrobatics with this tail end. So we've got the tail end here, and I'm just going to get hold of that and put my thumb under and twist it. So similar to what we were just doing, but just with the thumb only, the finger's not doing anything. Put my thumb under that yarn. I'm going to put my needle under that little loop I've made, wrap the yarn around the needle and slip the loop over the top. Let me show you that again. I'm going to put the thumb under the yarn and twist to the left, put the needle through, wrap the yarn around the needle, loop goes over the top and pull tight. And one more time, the thumb comes under the yarn, tail end of the yarn, don't forget, needle goes into that loop, wrap the needle with the working yarn and loop goes over the top. Okay, so there are 2 methods of long tail cast on.